Isolated for more than 80 million years, this island harbours unique life found nowhere else on Earth. And I want to share with you the incredible species I encountered while exploring it. This is Madagascar. Andasibi, Madagascar's tropical east, where one of the most ethereal sounds in nature resonates through the lush rainforest. This is the voice of one of Madagascar's most iconic animals. The Indri, the largest of all lemurs. At around 4 feet tall, it's comparable in size to an average 6-year-old human. Indri is a Malagasy word which roughly translates to there or here, and early European explorers referred to this species as Indri after locals pointed out the lemur to them while using this word. The Diademed Sifaka people also call it the Babakoto, which translates to ancestor of man. There are various stories and legends as to why this is, but out of all the lemurs in Madagascar, the Indri is the most human-like due to its size and lack of tail. They eat a wide range of plants which can be difficult to digest, so their colon has evolved to be very long and complex to increase digestion time, which is also aided by flexible pouches called ceca between the small and large intestine. Compared to other lemurs, the ceca pouches in Indris are known to contain up to 5 times more protobacteria, which help to break down tough substances like cellulose and neutralize plant toxins. They are digestive machines. Their diet and habitat is so unique that they can't survive in captivity, which is why you'll never see them in zoos. A rather sleepy, jet-black infant emerges from its parents' fur. It's just a few months old and will become a fully mature adult in around 9 years' time. While it clings on, the parent makes different calls in addition to the more familiar high-pitched howling. One is a kissing sound, which is thought to be used for group cohesion, or some Malagasy guides describe it as an affectionate call. Another is a harsh honking sound which is often used as an alarm in the presence of a predator, such as the fossa. However, I couldn't tell what was causing the alarm, so perhaps there's another meaning. It's considered fardie or taboo to harm Indris in many parts of the country, which has somewhat helped to protect them. However, they are still critically endangered in the fragments of eastern rainforest that remain, due to the loss of their habitat through slash-and-burn agriculture, mining, and more. In addition, some people who are living in poverty have abandoned their beliefs in fardie and try to hunt Indris to sell meat and pelts on the black market. There's still a long way to go in securing the future of the Indri. As night falls, greater sportive lemurs awaken and glare down with glowing eyes. And Goodman's mouse lemur briefly appears, a species described in 2005. On the ground, a bizarre scene is unfolding. A hammerhead worm gorges on its snail prey and then begins to roam. It resembles a species called Vermiviatum covidum, which is renowned for its jet black colour. It originates from Asia and has become an invasive species in Europe and maybe here in Madagascar. However, after contacting Professor Jean-Louis Justin, a leading researcher in hammerhead worms, this is in fact a different species which is known but has not been scientifically named. It scans surfaces with that distinctive head while navigating through the dark in search of prey, which mostly consists of snails, slugs, earthworms, and even its own kind. Once its prey is found, it uses sticky mucus to adhere itself to its victim while producing enzymes that liquefy its food. It then sucks up the victim through the mouth, which is bizarrely located halfway along the underside of the body. A remarkable aspect of hammerhead worm biology is that the deadly poison tetrodotoxin has been detected in some species. Tetrodotoxin is usually associated with marine animals such as pufferfish, and some hammerhead worms are thought to be the only terrestrial creatures to produce it. The toxin seems to be used by hammerhead worms to subdue prey, and it has been found in their egg capsules, indicating a defensive function as well. An amphibian chorus fills the air, and this green bright-eyed frog, Bufus viridis, calls to attract a potential mate. This is just one of around 100 species in the Bufus genus. Brucasia superciliaris, a brown leaf chameleon which we found previously in Ranamafauna, rests in the foliage with an isopod clinging to one of its protruding eyebrows, a feature that its species name superciliaris describes. Weird and wonderful invertebrates crawl around in the dark, including this leather leaf slug, and female rhinoceros beetles lacking the horn which the males use for combat. I find an intriguing chameleon species sleeping alongside a road. I'll return to this spot in the morning to watch it rise from its slumber. I rise at the crack of dawn to see if the sleeping chameleon is waking up with the rising sun. And it is. This is what's known as the short-horned chameleon, or Calumma brevicorne. The complicated taxonomy of short-horned chameleons in Madagascar has yet to be unravelled, and so Calumma brevicorne may be given a new name in years to come. This is a young male with a prominent nose appendage, a feature which is lacking in the female. He basks in the warmth of the morning sun amongst the unripe fruits of a peach tree, an introduced plant for cultivation in Madagascar. He puts his prehensile tail to good use, holding on securely in the breeze. Suddenly he raises flaps of skin behind his head, known as occipital lobes, something this chameleon is renowned for. Looking like a mini triceratops, this can be a threat display to predators or to other males when fighting over territory. Although I can't see what's causing him to behave like this, as I'm stood a few meters away with a zoom lens. Perhaps the occipital lobes increase surface area while absorbing the sun's rays. Another lizard that scuttles around much of eastern Madagascar is the vibrant lined day gecko, Phelsuma lineata. They're quite at home on buildings around villages as well as the forest. This one, like many geckos, cleans its eyes by licking them. Another gecko in this forest displays one of the most remarkable feats of camouflage in the natural world. This is a leaf-tailed gecko known as Uroplatus sicore, and I probably walked past it multiple times without even noticing. In the treetops, one of the few non-endemic species living in Madagascar perches. The broad-billed roller. This is a bird with a wide distribution across sub-Saharan Africa and some Indian Ocean islands. In addition to the Indri, the forests of Andasibi support another critically endangered lemur, and we soon spot a female with her small infant in the canopy. They are unmistakably Diademed Sifakas, with that unique orange coloration adorning their limbs. It's time to explore some of the most pristine forest in all of Madagascar, which can only be reached by a bumpy dirt road. Although the animals are harder to find here as they are less comfortable around people, the forest is a sight to behold. When Madagascar split from Africa 140 million years ago, then India 88 million years ago, the upheaval formed the spine of mountains that run along the length of the island. These highlands then started to trap warm, humid air from the Indian Ocean in the east, creating a tropical climate where rainforest could establish. Specifically, it was the eastern side of Madagascar which split from India's west and southwest. Remarkably, on a modern satellite map, the western Ghats of India have a stark resemblance to Madagascar's east, a narrow band of montane tropical forest. This is because the geology is similar and the rainforest was formed in a similar way. Due to this ancient connection, some species in India and Madagascar have evolutionary ties, despite being 4,000 kilometers away from each other in today's world. We find some intriguing bugs on the forest floor, including a mass swarm of emerald giant pill millipedes. Although these ones are around a centimetre long, they grow to be the size of a tennis ball when curled up. Why they swarm like this is not fully understood, but it's usually performed by juveniles of the same size. Unfortunately, this makes them vulnerable to unethical collection or traffic if they decide to swarm on roads. Nearby, a Madagascar fire millipede cruises through the undergrowth. Some lemurs catch these millipedes to use their defensive toxic secretions as an insect repellent. But the lemurs also seem to enjoy the nauseating effects of these toxins and to enter a trance after purposely consuming them. We meet again with Barron's mantella, another animal which benefits from the toxins of invertebrates. While eating ants, mites, beetles and more, this frog is able to use the chemistry of its prey to build a defensive poison in its skin, which it advertises with bright colours. Back at the village, we prepare to explore a nearby community nature reserve which employs locals to care for the forest and guide visitors. As we enter, a series of chopped down trees could be mistaken for deforestation, but what's actually happening here is the removal of non-native eucalyptus trees. This promotes the growth of Madagascar's highly unique native trees, which is essential for a healthy ecosystem. The sunny openings this habitat management creates are used by a special Malagasy predator. So we were just hiking through this community reserve in Indri, here in Madagascar, and a lot of these open rides are created by removing invasive eucalyptus plants and replacing them with native trees. And these sunny openings benefit some amazing reptiles, and one of which is this Malagasy Tree Boa. Right here. This is Sanzinia madagascariensis, and it's one of 4 boas to be found in Madagascar. It's perhaps the most common and widespread one, and it likes the sort of eastern side of Madagascar where it's more tropical. And with a lack of large predators in Madagascar, except the fossa, it is one of the main predators, and
a key species in the food chain.
This is another individual found outside the community reserve, coiled up on a farm with milky blue eyes, indicating it will shed its skin soon. As we explore the area further, a crested drongo sits on its nest, and a Malagasy scops owl sleeps in the open, waiting for the sun to go down. And I meet again with the bizarre giraffe weevil. Eastern lesser bamboo lemurs forage nearby, munching away on bamboo leaves containing levels of cyanide which would kill most animals. Like all bamboo lemurs in Madagascar, they can't survive without this plant. We catch a brief glimpse of a nuthatch vanga, so called due to its tree-creeping behaviour resembling species in the nuthatch bird family. Of all the vanga birds in Madagascar, this is one of the least known. And a group of brown lemurs show they're not shy towards visitors. The golden light of the late afternoon dapples the forest. And as Indris rest in the treetops, one of Madagascar's most remarkable reptiles lurks in the understory, doing its best impression of a leaf in the breeze.
So another iconic reptile that can be found in Andasibi is the Parson's chameleon. Isn't he just wonderful? Now, Parson's chameleon is often considered the largest chameleon in the world, and it is the heaviest, but the Eustalet does outgrow it slightly in length. This is a juvenile, of course. Adults can get twice the size of this. The fused toes act as claspers, which feel really strong on my skin actually, as this chameleon is climbing on my elbow. And I hope we find an adult. I can't imagine one being twice this size. And this is a male, and I can tell by those rostral appendages on its nose, almost like two horns. And just above those horns you can see some skin flaking away there, indicating that he's been shedding his skin recently. I'm just going to pop him back where we found him, as it's coming to dusk now and he needs to find somewhere to sleep. So we'll just pop him here.
This individual is of a subspecies known as cristifer, which is smaller than the parsonii subspecies, but still grows to be over 50 centimeters in length. Cristifer differs by often lacking yellow coloration around the lips, and the males usually boast that beautiful orange spot on the flanks. It also has a more spiny ridge along its back. As I watch him navigate his green domain, he spots something to eat, and shows off one of his chameleon superpowers. What better way to end our time in Andasibi than finding one of the reptilian wonders of the world? Even if they are messy eaters. In the next and final episode of this series, I'll be spending time with incredible creatures from Madagascar's eastern coastal forests.